So what is up, pimps, hoes and buffaloes? We are back today with another video, and as you've guessed from the title, we have another dual commentary today where I'm going to be speaking with a good friend of mine, and I say friend, that should have been a little bit more exaggerated, but it isn't, because today we're going to be talking about whether or not you can be friends with someone you've met on the internet. So without any further ado, let me introduce my special guest for today's dual com.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's WR3TCHED here, bringing you guys a dual com with Buffalo here over Skype, and we're certainly glad to have you guys with us.
Sounds good to me, buddy. So basically, what we're going to be doing is, like I've said, we're going to be talking about whether or not you can be called friends with someone that you've met on the internet. So what I've gone and done, me being someone who thinks he's a clever clogs, when really I'm not, I've gone and got a dictionary definition of the word friend, the noun friend, if we're going to be grammatically amazingly correct. But anyway, this is from the Reader's Digest Word Power Dictionary. And it says that a friend is a person with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically one exclusive of sexual or family relations. Right, Steve, I don't know what you think about that, but for me that sounds like a load of bullshit. So what do you think? What are your opinions on this? Do you think you can be friends with someone that you've met on the internet?
Absolutely, I think you can be friends with someone you've met on the internet. Throughout my, having a YouTube channel, playing COD, I've met a lot of great people, and we have, a difference between friends and acquaintances even in real life. You could say, for example, all your friends on PSN, Xbox Live, Steam. You may have 200 friends on those lists, but there's probably 50 that you talk with on a daily basis that you have a rapport with, and I think that's something that definitely draws the line between a friend and an acquaintance.
Okay, I think to define this even more, me and you should really talk about how we actually came about meeting each other, how we came about speaking on Skype, how we came about each other's YouTube channels.
Absolutely.
So, we spoke about this before, but I think we met in some sort of network, am I right?
Yeah, it was along the lines of, I don't think it was RGX, but it was a smaller network channel that was, looking for directors, and they both invited myself and Buffalo to join. And within the network, there was maybe, 50 to 100 directors, and Buffalo was certainly one of the ones who I really enjoyed his content. I messaged him, and we've obviously become good friends because of that, so.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to branch a bit later on into, these small networks and these new networks that are coming along and the problems that actually do come about with these sort of networks. But, I mean, me and Steve, we met each other in this Skype chat, and, I mean, there was a lot of people in there who all they wanted was just to link their videos so that we'd go and like them. I mean, yeah, it does work out. But for me, when it comes to liking a video, I want to like a video that I've actually sat, watched and enjoyed. And Steve's channel was actually one of the only ones within this network, I can't exactly remember the name, but I think Steve mentioned RGX, where I actually really wanted to sit there and watch his videos. And me and Steve actually do have a bit more in common than just posting Call of Duty videos. I mean, we've got to know each other a little bit more. We speak on Skype and stuff, and Steve actually supports Liverpool from the Premier League as well.
Absolutely.
Which, although for me it's probably not the best thing as a Chelsea fan, but it's just good that someone in the US, someone from 15 hours across the pond on an aeroplane, it's good to know that there's people out there with the same familiar understandings and mutual affections that you have. I don't know what you think about that, Steve.
That's an amazing point, because for me, that's what a friend is. Somebody that you share a mutual interest with, that you have a bond with, you have a rapport with. And an acquaintance to me is just somebody that's a little more casual, but as you mentioned, Buffalo, we did meet through the network and we've become really good friends. I've learned a lot about you. I've learned a lot about the UK culture, which I'm just a fanatic about, and it's just been an amazing blessing at this point. So,
yeah, I totally agree. I'm going to take what you just said there about the whole culture difference. And, there is plenty of people that I've met from the US on YouTube. I'm going to mention a couple of names, those that come into my head first. Of course, we've got Perky, we've got Mr. Zappasan, we've got Fredo. Just three of the guys. I can mention many more. I've actually built up a foundation with, someone that I can talk to on a daily basis about things outside of the Call of Duty community, outside of the whole YouTube perspective idea. And, I think this is something that you can really classify as being a friend. I mean, I've read out that dictionary definition, and to me that is just complete bullshit. Just because they live across the pond and I can't go visit them every day, that doesn't mean that they're not a friend, in my opinion. I know there's going to be many people out there who share completely different views on this. There's going to be people that completely disagree. And, it's really difficult to classify, in my opinion. But for me, people that I speak to every day on Skype, they are just as much of a friend as someone that I may meet and go down and watch a movie with. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you could take even the example of, say, T. Martin and Xjaws and Optic X. I mean, they all started out on YouTube, became friends, and now they fly out together. They They hang out and party, and even the guys that I've met through YouTube and through COD have invited me to come stay with them in New York, Chicago, free room and board and just hang out and party. So doing YouTube and playing COD has certainly afforded me many opportunities to meet new people, and I'm enjoying that at this point.
That's great. As well as you saying that, I mean, I think Syndicate's out in the US right now, and he's been meeting up with Extras and all these guys. And I mean, without Call of Duty as that basic platform in the first place, these friendships, these relationships wouldn't have been able to be built at all. So, I don't really want to make this something where I start making the Call of Duty community sound like some sort of heaven, some sort of haven. But that is actually something that is really good that comes out of this, sort of messed up community right now. The fact that you can actually find people out there who are not out just to get subs. They're not out just to, get likes and views on their videos. We're actually here to make friends with people. We're here to make new relationships, meet new people. And I mean, I think I use me and you as a good example of some people that actually enjoy that aspect of it. I mean, I know you reply to pretty much every comment. I reply to every single comment. And it's because I love the interaction. The fact that we can talk from one side of the pond and the other side of the pond. And hey, even all across the world, this shit is happening. We can interact with different people. And for me, that is probably the best thing about it. But anyway, Steve, we don't actually have all that long left. So I want to branch into something else now that we said we were going to talk about. And that is the whole idea of small networks and all of these small networks that we see coming into the community right now and really the problems within. And of course, me and you met there. So I really want to know what you think about these small networks and whether or not they're really beneficial for our channels. What do you think?
On a daily basis, I'll receive, 10 to 15 messages inviting me to be a director for a network, and at this point, it's just not something that I'm interested in. A lot of the networks that I was a part of previously, it was just, as you mentioned, Skype spam, please like my video, sub for sub, and, inflating your sub box with new subscribers is something that you want to do, but in the long run, it's going to hurt you. You want people to be active. You want them to actually enjoy your content. If they get the notification that, Wretched uploaded a video, I want them to look forward to that. So being a part of a small network for me is just not something I'm interested in. I don't want inactive subs, and that's typically what you'll find being a part of the smaller networks.
Yeah, I mean, considering, I look back on it now and I don't think it was really the best way to go. I think it was really naive of me back then to actually even join these networks. And I mean, I say that, I probably wouldn't have met you if I wasn't in it. And of course, I think we both share the similar views about networks and how you do gain a lot of inactive subscribers, which in the current community, in the current climate, is something you don't really want. You want to be seen as someone who gets a lot of views on their videos. And I mean, now I've got, I think it's like 860 subs. And of course, I'm really happy with that. It's great that I've been able to grow this much in such a small period of time. And I mean, it's not really that much of a small period, but across this year, since I've started doing it. But then when I look at my views, when I had 400 subscribers, I had 350 people watching my videos. And now I've got 860. I'm struggling to even reach 250. The whole thing from inactive subs really does come from trying to network your channels with people who say, yeah, we're going to like all your videos, buddy. But then as soon as you stop liking their videos, it's all like a chain reaction. They're not going to like yours. They're going to become inactive. And that is why from now on, when someone says, do you want to subscribe to my channel, check out my channel, the chances are I'm not going to look at it. Unless someone sends me a link on Twitter, I'm not going to watch that video. And that's a little message to all of you out there that keep spamming my YouTube inbox. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I would much rather have 350 subscribers and get 350 views. Having a high sub count is not going to get you necessarily partnered. It's not going to get you noticed. What's going to get you noticed is your content and people actually watching your videos. So, that's something that I think we all strive for as active subs. Those are the ones that we love interacting with, that we have the motivation to keep producing content for, and that's the ultimate blessing that we get.
I think I've got to agree with you totally there. But anyway, Steve, unfortunately, time has run out, and I do want to say one last thing. You guys definitely need to go over to Steve's channel and check out some of his content. And I know I don't really want to sit here for the whole dual comm speaking about why you should go and subscribe to Steve, but I'm going to do it anyway for the last 30 seconds. You guys need to go and see some of the amazing stuff that this guy produces. Not only is he producing amazing commentaries, but his editing skills make his videos so much more enjoyable to watch. And I really think you guys should go over there. Personally, for me, one of my favorite series that he does is his episodes of That's Justice, where it's a montage. And, I'm not always a big fan of montages, but the montages that this guy produces are incredible. So you guys should go over and subscribe to his channel. But anyway, is there any last words, Steve, that you want to say to the Buffaloes watching this video?
Of course. I just want to thank all the Buffaloes for checking out the dual comm, and I especially want to thank you, George, for having me. It's certainly been a pleasure, man. Thank you.
No problem, buddy. I'll catch you all later. Peace.
See you.